Happy Monday and happy Chinese New Year. Welcome back to the conversation where I try to help you and myself navigate these waters. Well, today I want to talk a little bit something about what I don't see a lot of actual artists and designers have on their websites that you actually need. And when it comes down to arbitration of these kind of things, it's important to have these in place to have an agreement between the client and yourself. We're talking about terms of service. If you don't know what terms of service are a list of terms and conditions that you and you as the designer or creator and the commissioner or client agree on before you begin this project. When you have no terms of service and no conditions to when you sell an item or you selling your intellectual property, if they take it and flip it into a multi-billion-dollar whatever, you have no stake on that claim. If they take your image or your art and then use it in a way you did not intend it to be used, but you didn't say so in your terms of service, there is no legal recourse for them doing that. It's basically that's what you signed up for. Now, it's important to figure out where you can find terms of service at, where they should be placed at, and kind of get a general outline of what's going to be important to you and the client when you're pursuing these terms of service for your actual website, or where you can actually have people find it and sign it and agree to it. Now, I'm still figuring this out myself, but I did want to bring this up to you to actually kind of get your open your ears up to the actual subject. Now, to make it legally enforceable, there has to be an action by the client to notify a third party, let's say a lawyer, that they have read this and agreed to this. Just like if you had an iPhone, you open it up, you download a new update, and it says, do you agree to these terms of services? And without reading it, you click willy-nilly, like we all do. You basically need something similar for your projects. Let's say to that. Oh, I clicked that. Apologies. But I'm going to bring up my website's terms of service so you guys can take a look at that and just go over some things that I am definitely going to have to change some of the things in the actual terminology and some of the things I have in there as my business grows, as it changes, and it is of importance to you. If you don't want your art to be used in a certain kind of way or altered in a certain way, it's very important that you put that in your terms of service. I'm going to swap over to creative. Here we go. So, actually, I should switch to the other one. Let me swap back. Let me switch to course main. Hey, that's much better. So you can see here, it's on my website. It's in the terms of service section. By commission, you can get my contact information here. Payment, what the payment's involved in, what currency I accept, the payment breakdown if you got an order going over a certain amount, general guidelines for how I want the reference to be received for your project, the process of how we'll interact from point A to point B at the beginning of this, the use of what I sell you. And I also have some other things down here that are, be applied to, referral programs, returning client discounts, order cancellations, and order additions. If somebody orders something from me and they order an emote, and they were like, oh yeah, I want to add it to my order. I want to get an entire rebrand. This $30 order is now a $2,500 order, and you waited 4 months for the emote. I can't allow that to I can't allow you to just throw that order in and throw off the course of all my other commission work behind that. So if I allow this, there is a price bump for some of these items. And sometimes it might be too big and I have to turn it down altogether. So this is just a general cursory thing I want you guys to think about when you're thinking about your design business and what not to do when you're putting together your terms of service. I will be adding some things in here about using my work as NFTs because I've been approached at least 15 times in the past 12 months about it, and I don't want to be associated with the project as of right now. I just don't. That's my personal choice as a designer, as an artist. Yours might be different. You're like, well, if I get into this market, I want to have a smart contract saying I get 35%, or you'll figure that stuff out as you place in your terms of service. And secondly, once you have your general terms of service worked out, it will behoove you, if you don't have somebody already in your corner, to have a lawyer or somebody with some legal advice, and probably, so I'm not a lawyer, to look it over and let them know, have them let you know what is strong about this terms of service and what is weak about it and where it can be changed and altered. This is something I don't see a lot of professional artists and designers talk about. And as somebody that's been in this field for a number of years, I am just helping get you one step closer to protecting your intellectual property, your intellectual rights, and the overall use of your products. So, you can look at mine, but what I suggest you to do is go into Google, type in artist terms of service, and then don't look at one of them. Look at several and do some research and properly putting one in place. The second part about this is getting a contract to be signed or clicked on, saying they agree to this actual process. That I'm still researching. My first thought, which I'm gonna have to run this by with a lawyer friend of mine, is if I put this into my invoices, by paying this invoice, you agree to the terms of service laid out at this address. That's just my first thought. It may work, it may not work. But until I can find a viable source to actually have people click on, you agree to this, I'll research and I'll get back to you. That'll be it for the terms of service talk. But I did want to let you guys know that I did pick up an iPad that I got an Apple Pencil. I've only used it for a total of 30 minutes. I got it 4 days ago because I've been so busy with work. But there will be a Procreate review for people wondering if it's going to be worth it to actually get this when the people want to move from their desk to the couch or leave the house with it. So far, I'm loving the the manipulation of the actual canvas with your fingertips. I'm enjoying that part, but I'm also so in tune with the programs I work in that I can't find the tools I want to use immediately, and that can be a little bit frustrating. But that's just me moving from one program to another. So that being said, that should be coming up in hopefully in 2 weeks, maybe 1 or 2, probably 2 weeks, and we'll do a 15-minute deep dive into what I think about Procreate and the pros and cons of using this as a tool for design and creation. That being said, you guys have a great Monday. Enjoy the Chinese New Year. It is now the Year of the Tiger. I got a big announcement coming tomorrow on my Twitter page. If you did not know, and if you're a patron or on the Ko-Fi, there is a huge update to all of the. There's a huge update to everything on the in my Patreon. Let me get back to. Here we go. So there's a huge update coming to everything on the Patreon. Dollar tiers, NSFW tiers, and the $5 tiers getting updated. Starting today's the 31st. Starting February, which is tomorrow, we will be starting a course of tutorials on anime emotes in After Effects using no plugins whatsoever. So $5 will get you that. Also, I will be doing a monthly group meeting with people who want to attend, for people in that $5 tier, for me to look over their business portfolios, look over their social media, look at their websites. We'll do some Q&A. We might do a little role play on how to interact with clients. All the things to help equip you better to tackle the roadblocks you may encounter as a designer, as a creative, as an artist in this weird social media space. So, got my King's Coast coffee, got my Conquer roast. Use code Conquer at kingscoastcoffee.com to get 10% off of my personal blend. I got my own blend. And I think that'll be it. You guys have a great Monday. February starting. We're already 1/12 through the year, so no time to waste. Till next time. Keep fighting a good fight. I'll see you next Monday.